my friends. So what we are going to do this time around is we are going to learn about still lifes. Now, still lifes can be a number of things, but the biggest thing that they usually are is bowls of fruit. The reason why is because way back long ago in the Renaissance and even a little bit before then, what painters did to make themselves get better at painting is they practiced by looking at things that would just stay still, right? Because people, we don't really stay still very often and not very well either, right? We gotta move. So they usually picked up different bottles. They picked up lots of different fruit. You can even see there's a book with lamp. And the idea is that it kept it still and then you brought life to it. So that's why it's called a still life. A lot of times painters, they really liked flowers because they can do lots of different kind of shades and different things in there. So what we are going to do, my friends, is we are going to make our very own still life, and we're going to pick a fruit bowl of our own in order to do that. But for today, I want you to tell me what a still life is and tell me an example of a still life. All right, I hope to see you all soon, and I hope you do well. Bye, my friends. Hello, my friends. So for the very first part of our exercise, we gotta pick a fruit bowl, okay? It doesn't have to be very fancy. Like these, I'm not really looking forward to. I wanna see where I can see the side of the bowl and I can see the sides of the fruit picking from it. So if you find this picture on Google Images, I just typed in fruit bowl here at the top. That's how I was able to do it. Now the idea is we're doing exactly like we did with Georgia O'Keeffe, and we are observing it, meaning that we are looking at it really closely and we are drawing exactly what we see. So I'm going to put that to my side and I'm going to look at that as I go. Now, as I'm going along, I see that the fruit bowl and all of the shapes of the fruit actually can be broken down to just regular shapes, right? So I'm gonna just draw my bowl and I'm gonna start with a line and I'm gonna go down, and I realize that this is just a half circle, right? I can even add that little detail down at the bottom, which you should, right? Because there's a detail to that. After I have that, if I'm not too happy with it, I can almost erase, but I'm feeling good. I'm gonna start drawing my fruit. So I see that I have a apple, and I'm seeing that it's kind of just half of a circle that I can see right away. I also see some bananas coming out there. So the banana, I can kind of draw the top of it, and I see that it's connected to another banana. So I'm gonna go next to that. Oh, and then I see that there's this apple that's sticking pretty far up. So I'm gonna draw that apple. And I also notice that I see the little stem right there. And now I'm going to move on. I see the next apple right next to it. And I kind of can see that there's the bump right there too. If I want to like find where the glossy parts are, right, and kind of highlight where the glossiness is, I can go and click on it, go and draw those first. Now I'm gonna draw my orange. The orange is pretty normal. I do see that there's a little bump right there, but other than that, and kind of next to it, but not quite, we got the other banana. So I'm gonna put that right there, and I do notice that this is the side of the banana, so maybe I'll add that kind of detail. Can also add the detail right in there to go and make me really know. Now I also see that there's the edge of the bowl that I can go and kind of make there, and the edge of the bowl there. And that's it. You're just gonna draw me what you see, right? So I saw this fruit bowl and then I drew it. Does it have to be perfect? No, because you guys are learning, right? But I do want to see you draw from observation, which means that you draw what you see. If you have a fruit bowl at home you want to go and recreate, that would be great. If you have a fruit bowl in front of you, like in classroom, that's the one you're gonna do. Otherwise, you're gonna go and look up fruit bowl on the internet and try to find one that you see the side of the bowl of, all right? and I hope to see you all soon. Bye, my friends. Hello, my friends. So this is my finished product, and I just wanted to show you how I'm going to do the background first before we do it all together here. Now, the background is about having that contrast of the color. So I'm just going to draw this on a line to just make sure that I know this is where the bowl sits on, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw lots of different lines. I can draw some vertical lines. I can stop. I can move to zigzag. I can add wavy lines, right? Maybe then I'll add some some vertical lines in here. I love swirlies, so I'll add some swirlies. Maybe some dashed lines down here. And then add some different stuff, right? This is where you guys can have fun. The last bit is that you are just going to trace it with a black marker. So not only are you going to draw your lines in the background, but you're going to trace the lines in the background with the black marker. Are you going to trace your fruit bowl? No. Your fruit bowl should remain just a color, just regular, all right? You are not going to trace your fruit bowl. I'm going to repeat that. Do not trace your fruit bowl. I should see it nice and beautiful still. All right, so, and that's what we're doing today. You're just going to draw your different lines in the background and trace them. And I hope to see you all soon, my friends. Have a good day. All right, friends, so this is probably going to be the hardest part. Just like I did with this one, you are going to color in your fruit bowl from what you see from observation. So if you have your fruit bowl still in front of you, or if you have your picture that you saved, you can always use that as your reference. And the idea is that we are looking from observation, so we're trying to make it look as realistic as possible, or as real as possible, right? So I'm gonna have this kind of side by side, just like I was coloring before, and I'm gonna start coloring. And I can color lightly, so I'm barely touching my pencil to my paper in order to color in as much as I can. And I'm noticing that there are lots of colors actually in my one apple that I have right here. So I'm gonna stop that, and I'm gonna look to see, you know, I see that there's a little bit of this kind of brighter red, so I'm gonna kind of bring that brighter red out kind of around, because I see that there's a lot more around there. Also see it kind of goes down over here a little bit too, and a little bit over on this side. I also noticed that there's a little bit of browning, especially around my stem, and even my stem as well. So I'm gonna add that. Then I also noticed that I have some yellow flecks in here. So I'm just adding some yellow, little yellow touches in there. And now my very last part, I noticed that I have a little bit of shading I need to do. So I'm gonna take a brown or a black, and I'm just gonna very barely, where I see my shades, or my darkest colors, I'm gonna add a little bit of blackness too. And that's about it. I know that this project seems like it's a lot, and I promise you this is going to probably be the hardest part of it. And it's gonna take you some time for you to realize, okay, what colors do I actually see? What are all in this, right? And if I look at this, even on this banana, I notice that there's yellow, there's brown, there's a little bit of a green tinge to it. On this orange, right, I noticed that there's yellow and orange and even a little bit of green there too. Same with the apples and what I was talking about before. And even on the bowl, if you want to keep that like a more gray color and just add a little bit of that darkness, darkness down below there, that's all you have to do. Think about where the shadows are, right? Think about where the highlights are, because that will help you determine what colors to color next, all right? take your time with this. I'm gonna give you 2 good days to finish this one up just because I know that this one can take a little bit longer time. Just making sure you get all of the little details. And that's it. All right. Make sure that you color it in as nice as you can. I want to see your finished product look really, really close to mine as far as colored and as far as the different colors in them. All right. I hope to see you all soon. Bye, my friends.